By midsummer, the woodland trees are usually in full bloom, and, as the sun filters through them, it throws shafts and pools of light on the deep green woodland floor. The paths are a delight at this time of year, surrounded by lush vegetation and shaded by the rich foliage of the wide variety of trees. The many species of broadleaf trees are particularly splendid, and the woodland offers enjoyable walks for locals and holidaymakers alike. Oak trees are long-lived and support a mass of life. Up to 350 species of insects and other invertebrates feed upon oaks, so by late July, many of the leaves can be tattered. A new flush of leaves is then produced, called Lammas growth, because it occurs around the time of Lammas, the Celtic festival of first fruits. Oaks were sacred for druids in Celtic times, and their wood has been used in the construction industry for crook frames and ships. Ash is our tallest native deciduous tree. The juice of the branches contains the effective element of quinine and was used as a cure-all. The wood is strong and pliable and used to make oars, tool handles, and skis. The holes left by fallen branches are perfect for nuthatches and woodpeckers to nest in. Many insects live in the fissured trunk, and bats will enter splits in the bark to roost. Birch is a fast-growing pioneer tree which readily colonizes open ground and is important in improving soils. Its deep roots draw up nutrients which are used for growth and return to the surface of the soil each year when the leaves fall in the autumn. Birch supports over 334 species of insects and other invertebrates. Birch was seen as a sacred tree with powers of renewal and purification for pagan Celtic tribes. The wood is used for backs of brushes and tool handles, and its twigs used for brooms and forest fire beaters. One of the oldest trees in the wood is the beech on the pond trail. Beech is one of the best woods for woodwork. Even now, many kitchen units and cabinets are beech veneer. The wood bends well and can be turned easily, making it ideal for furniture. Hazel typically has a number of shoots branching out just above ground level. This ability to produce multiple stems has led to its extensive use for coppicing. The poles were used for coracles, and panels of hazel rods were used in the wattle and daub building technique. Unfortunately, our summers are too cool in order for the sweet chestnut, a native of the Mediterranean, to ripen to its full size, and so the chestnuts we buy to roast at Christmas are usually imported from France or Italy. It was probably introduced to Britain by the Romans, who used the fruits to make a porridge called polenta. In summer, the ground is often surprisingly damp, and the air of the wood cool and humid. But where the wood opens up into clearings, and around the wildlife ponds, it feels warmer, and you can find a plethora of wildflowers like orchids and polygonum. There is a hive of activity, with insects and other invertebrates like bumblebees and butterflies feasting on these flowers. A Scottish Wildlife Trust survey in 2000 recorded 88 different species of flowering plants. Although toxic, the foxglove has been widely used in folk medicine as a cure for sore throats and compresses for bruising and ulcers, and as a diuretic. It was, however, often fatal. Valerian is well known for its sedative qualities and its ability to relax the central nervous system. It has been used as a sleeping aid for hundreds of years. St. John's wort is today most widely known as a herbal treatment for depression. Historically, it was traditional to hang plants over a religious icon in the house on St. John's Day to ward off evil. Meadowsweet was one of the 3 herbs held most sacred to the Druids. Medicinally, it protects and soothes the mucous membranes of the digestive tract, reducing excess acidity and alleviating nausea. The thistle has been the national emblem of Scotland since the reign of Alexander III and was first used on silver coins issued by James III in 1470. Beneath the trees, the woodland floor does not get much sunlight. Therefore, the plants that live there have to tolerate this. Ferns and ivy, for example, have adapted to grow in very little sunlight. Proposed open space management, allowing greater light penetration to parts of the wood, should significantly increase the native ground flora. In summer, the wildlife ponds are full of life and colour. The bulrushes and grasses provide vital habitats around the pond edge. The broom is abundant with the familiar purple pods, replacing the earlier bright yellow flowers. The roundhouse is harmonious with the lush surroundings. As the days gradually become shorter and temperatures drop, summer starts to slip into autumn.